Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into episode 9 of Akira the Hero, and let me tell you, this episode is absolutely insane. We've got secret spy investigations, a romantic trip to the City of Water, and Akira absolutely humbling a royal guard in a duel. You seriously don't want to miss the ending of this one, it changes everything. But before we jump into the action, comment down below where you're watching from. I want to see how global our community is today. And if you enjoy these recaps, do me a huge favor, smash that like button and hit subscribe to join the family. Ready? Let's get into it. Our episode begins with Akira asking Giles about Kuro. Giles tells him that in the past, Kuro used to take on apprentices, and Akira's mother was actually one of them. However, she couldn't handle the training and suffered a nervous breakdown. Since Akira's father had left a while back, Kuro took full responsibility for raising him. He's known him for a long time, he's like a father to him, and Akira owes him a lot. He doesn't hold Kuro responsible for what happened to his mother. Kuro is a good person who helps everyone. Just then, the cat appears next to Akira and reports that she finished her investigation. She discovered that the people who placed those devices were followers of Graham Cluster, a member of the royal family. Their goal was to monitor and track the beauty pageant winners, specifically Miss Amelia. Giles asks if these are the same devices he saw at the Wright's palace. Akira confirms that yes, they record visuals. The cat explains that in this world, they call them cameras. One of the heroes summoned in the past brought the concept with him, and they reproduced it here using magic, keeping the same name. Then Amelia and the others arrive, and Akira orders them into the back room to discuss the plan. Akira asks, "Did you invite yourselves here knowing that humans are shunned behind the scenes of the festival?" He had asked Yoru to investigate, and Yoru found them out. He apologizes for hiding it from Akira, but explains they wanted to show they aren't burdens. Akira tells them he'll join them since their final destination is the same anyway, but he has to ensure Graham doesn't target Amelia again. Their next stop is the capital, Orok. Graham runs the Adventurers Guild there, and Akira intended to handle this alone. However, Kuro insists on coming along to guide him through the demon world, noting it would be useful to have someone who knows the terrain. Kyosuke suggests heading to the demon world border with his hero team. He opens a map so they can pick a rendezvous point. After choosing the location, everyone heads out to perform their tasks. Later, we see Kuro outside with Amelia. He asks if she's done buying supplies. She says she's finished shopping, but Akira is still checking out the bookstore. Kuro remarks that the trip will take 5 days by carriage, so it's good for Akira to have a way to pass the time. Amelia says she doesn't want to cause Akira any more stress and asks Kuro to take her on as an apprentice. Kuro refuses. Amelia insists that she's a target and doesn't want Akira to ever have to compromise his principles for her sake. She wants to become strong enough to defend herself and vows that she will never break. Giles then speaks up. That's right, Akira, you forgot something. This pouch, maybe it's money or something similar. Before I smuggled you out of the royal palace in Wrights, I went to the commander's room and took what was left for you, but you forgot this. I don't know what's inside. He opens it and gives it to him. Do you guys know what was in it? Write it in the comments. Then they all say their goodbyes, telling Akira, "We'll do our best to get closer to your level before we meet again." Akira then departs. In the evening, we see them still on the road. Amelia can't take it anymore and wants to sleep, so they tell her to get some rest. She's exhausted from all the training. The teacher, Kuro, talks to Akira, saying he sees potential in her. He had heard of an elven princess in the past who crafted spells, hunted monsters, and healed the wounded in a way that was simple yet sophisticated. Her name stuck in his mind. Years later, when asked to name a child born in his village, he used part of her name, Amelia. Akira asks, "If you look up to her, why do you treat her so coldly?" Kuro replies that she didn't seem as impressive in person as he imagined, but ultimately she is very capable of training. He explains that the legendary hero possessed a technique called the reflection process, an extra skill that allowed the user to copy any spell they saw. Akira is surprised because that's an insane technique. The difficulty of learning it is also insane. Mastering the ancient language is necessary, and it is highly complex. Every letter is imbued with enough energy to drive someone toward madness. If you delve too deep, you'll lose your mind and stop thinking altogether. Emilia faced this by crafting a new spell that only she can use. Kuro then tells him about the beast race, noting that they live twice as long as humans. However, regarding his mother, something strange happened. She drank a weird potion while pregnant with him, so he has lived double that normal span. Akira says, "I don't understand a thing," and honestly, neither do we. The scene shifts to Yoru the cat on his espionage mission. He goes to the guild to spy. At that moment, he sees Lati sitting on top of a tower. Surprised, she comes over and welcomes him. He asks, "What brought you here? Didn't you say you were going on a solo trip?" She says yes, but she hadn't picked a destination yet. "Tell me, why are you alone? Where are my brother and the princess?" Yoru tells her he is on an independent recon mission by Akira's order. Lati gets super happy, picks him up and begs to let her explore with him. Meanwhile, Akira and his group arrive at their destination. It is indeed the city of Orok, a magnificent city, though they know nothing about it. Kuro says he contacted Leah to arrive within an hour. "We'll meet at the central fountain over there. Go there at sunset and I'll send someone from the inn." Kuro leaves, letting Akira and Emilia talk. They decide to take the scenic route, a quiet stroll through the city, basically a nice date, and head to a restaurant. While wandering the market, Emilia craves something delicious. Akira agrees, telling her she should celebrate after studying the ancient language daily. Emilia gets excited because she's never celebrated like this before. Usually, the royal family celebrates the people, not themselves. Akira realizes this is her first time hanging out with him like this. She wants to go on dates and celebrate every day. She tells him not to worry, that everything will be fine and she'll become so strong that he won't have to lift a finger. Akira asks her not to push herself too hard, but she's ready to endure anything for him. He then tells her she overate. Suddenly, Leah arrives. She says she hasn't seen them in a while. Emilia welcomes her. Leah says she's been waiting eagerly to meet them again and asks to show them around. She takes them to the water to see the boats, explaining that Orok is the city of water and it's said you can't explore half of it without a boat. They hop in. While touring, Akira and Emilia enjoy it immensely. Seeing the city, Akira realizes it looks a lot like Venice. He sees a castle and asks Leah about it. She says it houses the royal palace of Baladim. She mentions her family is excited to meet them, as her father, King Aksam, is hosting a lunch to welcome Princess Emilia. Akira thanks her for saving them last time. She replies there's no need for thanks. She's just happy she could help. He asks about her spell, the Reverse Spiritual Barrier. Is it an application of Kuro's reflection? Leah says, there's a resemblance, but they are different. Her ability is an extension of barrier techniques, and strong magic can penetrate it. However, Kuro's reflection reacts upon sight, and is impenetrable, though she did base hers on his. Akira is astonished. He mentions Emilia is learning it too. Leah is shocked because it's extremely difficult. Akira is surprised by her reaction. He was hoping for a simple hint. Leah asks in shock, is Kuro passing down reflection to her? Akira replies, is something wrong? Leah says that generally speaking, Kuro was much more impressive back then. She had never seen or heard anything like shadow magic before. Akira replies that it wasn't exactly him, it was something totally out of his control that he can't use recklessly. Leah then takes them to the castle for lunch. Finally, they reach King Agsam, who is honored by their arrival. We will serve food, but let's talk first. I thank you for helping my daughter, whether adopted or not. Emilia speaks up. I got into trouble because I was kidnapped. Akira and Kuro are the ones who helped. The king says, I will thank Kuro as well. But there is another matter of equal importance. I have a request for you, the one who came to this world during the hero summoning. Will you accept? Akira says, depends on the request. A young man gets angry at Akira for disrespecting the king. The king continues, it concerns the assassination of a target. In return, I will ensure your safety in this country, and you will be rewarded generously. All I ask is for you to get rid of that vile Gram. When the king learns Akira knows Gram, he says, that simplifies things. I demoted him from minister to guild leader to keep him away from public affairs. But he hired mercenaries and is wreaking havoc in my kingdom. If we don't stop him, he will ruin the throne's reputation. I want your help. Akira refuses. That's your problem. I have nothing to do with it. The king gets angry. I heard you came from a peaceful land. Shouldn't safety be your priority? Akira replies, I can protect myself just fine. Also, I don't need protection from those weaker than me. The captain snaps. It doesn't matter if they call you the silent assassin or the slayer of 100 monsters. The praise has made you delusional. Emilia gets furious. "How dare you insult Akira and imply he's a liar?" She tries to use magic, but Akira stops her. "I can prove I'm neither delusional nor a liar. My sword will do the talking." The young man is furious and asks the king for a duel. The king agrees. "It's been a while since I've seen what the captain of my guards can do." They get ready outside. Akira tosses his sword to Emilia, stating he will fight unarmed. The captain scoffs. "He used my tools as a skilled assassin." The duel begins. The captain rushes in with a powerful attack. He has speed and strength, but he misses. Akira lands a heavy blow and binds his legs. The captain gets angry, grabs Akira, and attacks. But Akira jumps high at the perfect moment and lands a crushing blow to end the fight. The fighter's hammer shatters, and Akira holds a knife to his neck. The king and everyone else are shocked by Akira's strength. Emilia tells the king not to dictate anything to Akira again. The king is annoyed by her behavior. An elf princess falling for a human? This is a dirty way to play. You realize you will live much longer than him. The king leaves and orders the soldiers to guide them to the pier. Emilia is upset by the king's words. Later on the boat, Akira notices she's down. She changes the subject and praises him, saying he was amazing today. Akira is happy that they don't think you're hanging out with a liar. Emilia says, "I am very happy with your company, and thank you for letting me discover the world." But Akira thanks her for choosing to travel with him and leaving her family. Emilia is overjoyed because he always chooses the words she wants to hear. She cries, hugs him, and tells him, "If you die, I will die with you." The scene shifts to Akira entering a luxury hotel. Karu is waiting and tells him the owner owes him a lot, so don't worry about the cost. Emilia enters, thrilled with the place. Akira takes out a book to read. Karu is pleased. It reminds him of a friend who also loved knowledge and reading. He was known as the Sage, skilled in magic and swordsmanship. His pen was his sword. His name was Saran Mithra. Akira is shocked. He knew him well. He was the commander of knights in Guile's homeland until his master killed him. Akira says, "I owe this man a lot, and I will avenge him one day. I believe the killers were the king's personal assassins, the Ravens." Kuro reveals that the king hired that gang from Graham. Akira is stunned. Graham is the reason for the death of his friend and mentor. And that wraps up our episode for today. Wait for the next episode with some very exciting events as Akira uncovers more. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to get all the latest updates. Hello friends! Today we're going to summarize the 10th episode of the anime Akira the Hero. It's going to be a more than wonderful adventure. But before anything else, write in the comments which country you are watching the anime from. Our episode begins with Akira talking to his friend, where he reveals that the king's personal assassins belong to the Night Raven squad. Kuro confirms this, stating that the king hired that squad from Graham. Akira is surprised, saying, "So, Saran would still be alive if it weren't for Graham, that stupid idiot. That means I'm targeting the same person who had many people killed." Kuro then reminds him of what he had said before. The target is his sister's killer, named Graham Cluster. Emilia agrees to kill this scoundrel because he has been wreaking havoc on the world, destroying many people and families, acting like an animal devoid of compassion or mercy for anyone. Now, Kuro offers him a deal. He will guide Akira through the demon realm if he fulfills his request to kill Graham. "I'm also willing to waive the cost of manufacturing the weapon you asked me for, Akira, and I will maintain it for you and make it stronger than steel. What do you think of this offer? You can also keep the guiding ring I lent you, and there's no need to repay the favor of saving you both in the maze." Akira starts to think, but Emilia doesn't want him to go because Graham is a professional assassin and she is very afraid for him. He apologizes to her, saying that if what Kuro said is true, Graham is also responsible for the death of Commander Saran. Plus, he's now targeting you too, Emilia. Killing him is the rational choice. Emilia is shocked by his words and is very scared for him. Afterward, Kero speaks up. "Listen carefully. Do you remember me mentioning that Graham is guarded by powerful personal guards all the time? This is thanks to drugs, which can be called booster doses, that elevate a person's fighting abilities to rival those of the demons while stripping them of their will. He can produce a large personal army that will not disobey him. That's why Saran was very justified. He couldn't even repel the boosted soldiers, and they outnumbered him. Quantity triumphs over courage. That butcher must be stopped immediately because he's involved in human trafficking, in exchange for which he obtains materials only found in the demon realm, which he needs to produce more boosted forces." Akira leaves, and Emilia follows him. Kuro talks to himself, saying he will suffer no matter what he decides, because the matter is very difficult. The scene shifts to the morning when Akira and Emilia arrive at Kuro's. Lia comes to them, asks permission to enter, and then apologizes for what happened yesterday. Akira tells her she didn't make any mistake and did what she had to, but she also apologizes for not being able to prevent the king from asking him to do his dirty work. She apologizes again for what her father, the king, did. As penance for his guilt, she wants to take them on a tour of the city. They tour the city, specifically the High Art Museum, and they will also enjoy shopping on the main street after lunch. Also, they will watch a play tonight, which will be very beautiful. As they walk, Emilia tells them, wait, how about I go with Akira and you go with Kuro? Emilia asks Leia that they split up for a while. She will go with Akira and Leia will stay with Kuro. Leia gets nervous, thinking she did something to upset Emilia, but Emilia denies it and explains she just wants to spend some alone time with Akira. Kuro finishes her thought, saying they certainly have something they want to discuss privately and they will still attend the play together. They agree to meet at the central fountain square after sunset. Lia is happy about this and thanks them for everything they've done, then bids them farewell and leaves with Kuro. Akira talks to Emilia, asking why she did this. She replies that she noticed Leia has a crush on Kuro and loves him. Akira objects, noting that the age difference between them could be an obstacle, and he heard that Kuro is her godfather. Emilia informs him that the beast race does not show signs of aging, so an age difference between spouses is normal. Akira understands that she did it for them. Emilia then tells him that she wants to talk to him privately, saying he was never obligated to accept Kuro's request. She is sure they will find a solution if they go to the demon realm without him, and money will never be an obstacle. She then brings up something Lati mentioned. Everyone has their own story, even villains, and no one has the right to end their story. She then asks him if he has felt the same way. Next, we move to Lati and the cat, Yoro, who is tired of Lati's presence. He tells her he thought she would quickly lose interest and stop accompanying him. Lati replies that she had nowhere else to go and no longer wishes to be near her father. Yoro says he heard they were arguing, and she confirms they are at odds, stating that even the demon lord has no right to break the laws of this world. Yoro doesn't understand her words. While they are wandering, Lati asks about a building, wondering why it's there. Yoro explains it's a small inn where adventurers and merchants stay when traveling between cities, and there's a tavern on the ground floor. Lati examines the inn closely and sees many horses. Yoro informs her that they are there alongside the carriage for urgent travel, and anyone can exchange a horse mid-journey to save time, which is why they are kept there. Lati attends many journeys in the journey to save time, which is why they are kept there. They then enter the inn and meet the owner, who tells them the food isn't ready yet and they only have bread, but the drinks are prepared. If they want to stay, they should go up the stairs to the second floor. Lati asks for bread, and the vendor gives her what she wants, then asks if she is an adventurer seeking to earn some money. She replies that she wants to succeed in the capital. The vendor warns her about the city and asks her to be cautious because the high reward missions set by the guildmaster are very dangerous, and rumors say demons are involved. Lati doesn't care, as this doesn't pose a problem for her. The vendor continues, saying there are missions to transport goods to one of the human countries called Rights. The pay is lower, but she should stick to those missions. He explains that instead of hiring shipping companies, the guildmaster hires adventurers to do it, suggesting they are goods he likely wants to hide. Afterward, they leave the inn. Lati talks to Yoro and asks for his opinion on her information gathering skills. Yoro is very impressed as they obtain some useful information about the guildmaster, Graham. Lati tells the cat Yoro that a woman from the common folk must leave her signature in every building she visits. That was the most important part. Next, we go to Akira and Emilia. Akira reflects on Lati's wise words. I decided to avenge Commander Saren before meeting you. Killing Gran will also keep you out of danger. Emilia tells him she will become stronger. I'll be fine against anyone who tries to target me. Akira thinks about what Kuro would do if he refused. He will die a slow death, imprisoned by his unfulfilled desire for revenge. His story will end like this. We then go to Lia, who asks Kuro where they are going now, but he tells her she'll know everything when they arrive. Lia gets angry because he is treating her like a child and also refuses to teach her reflection. They finally arrive at the location, and Lia is very impressed by the place and the beautiful flowers. Kuro informs her that these flowers are called red spider lilies. Akira told me that when we saw some on our way to Orok, No doubt a hero brought them here generations ago. Akira was surprised to see them because they are non-reproducing plants. Leia tries to touch them, but Kuro stops her, saying they are poisonous. They are known as the flowers of death and symbolize the afterlife. Perhaps that's why they are so beautiful. I discovered them while wandering the city and wanted to show them to someone. Leia tells him it's a beautiful, deserted and quiet place. If you like a woman, you should bring her here and tell her your feelings. I'm sure it will go well. You've been alone for a long time. You would be happier with a partner. Kuro is surprised and asks her why she said that so suddenly. She repeats that he has been alone for a long time and would be happier with a partner. He tells her he has no intention of seeking happiness. When I decided to avenge my sister, I abandoned all my hopes and sought to ruin someone else's life. I don't deserve to be happy. Leia is very moved by his words. The scene then shifts to Sato, who is hunting animals. He tells his friends that hunting animals is much easier than killing monsters. They decide that the animal will be for dinner and will last 4 or 5 days. They set up tents and gather vegetables and mushrooms. Then Sato tells his friend he still can't believe Gillis is willing to put up with him and he is grateful. His friend replies that Gillis is doing what Commander Saran would have done and is helping them return to their environment in the world they are supposed to be in. Sato mentions that Akira didn't want to help Gillis, didn't like him much, and always ignored him. His friend says that Akira is a good friend, but is always detached from others. If it weren't for their sisters being friends, Akira probably wouldn't deal with him at all, maybe because he is uninterested in others, as he is stronger than all of them. Sato tells him he knows that without fighting him. Akira is different and never doubts his life choices, which is a form of strength. The scene then shifts to Akira and Emilia, who asks him if he will really do it. He tells her he will, for several reasons. She tells him to do what he wants, as long as he has made his decision. Akira asks her, "Suppose I did, would you hate me then?" Emilia replies, "Of course, I would never hate you, but I want the person I love to love himself too." Akira watches a young girl standing with her mother, looking at some pieces of jewelry that the mother cannot afford, so they are only watching. The girl doesn't want to leave and wants to stay in front of the jewelry. At that moment, Akira remembers his past self as a child, telling his mother, "I don't want to leave, Mom. I want to stay here in this house." But his mother insists they leave. Akira is very distressed and asks her, "Why do we have to leave this house and move our belongings? Isn't this our house?" His mother apologizes to him, saying she has no choice. He thinks to himself, "My father disappeared when I was a child, and we couldn't pay the rent then, so we moved to a cheap apartment. I don't hate my father. For years he took care of my sick mother and watched over our upbringing while working. He was probably on the verge of collapse." His sister gets very angry and doesn't want to leave the house, asking them to go and leave her alone. But Akira begs her to leave with them, saying the family must stay together. But the little girl, Yui, insists on not going because her father left. Akira tells her, "Our father left and that's why we have to stay together. I don't want to lose anyone else. Please, come with us, I beg you." In the end, she agrees, and they move to another house. Akira prepares dinner for them and they start eating and find it delicious. Akira can hardly believe the food is delicious as he thought it was very bad. They then agree to take turns cooking dinner, each having a day. Back in reality, Emilia notices that Akira is absent-minded. He tells her it's nothing and thinks to himself, "I was hesitant for a moment, but this was another reason. If I return home, a certain outcome came to mind. If I return home as a killer, I won't be able to stay with Mom and Yui. I won't deserve it." The scene then shifts to Akira's mother and sister watching a news broadcast on TV, which reports that a full month has passed since the mysterious disappearances, with 28 students missing, and the search is still underway. Yui says, "I wonder where Akira is and what he's doing now. Now I am forced to make dinner every night." Her mother tells her he will return to us soon. And with that, our episode ends today. Wait for us in the upcoming episodes of this wonderful anime, and please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon to receive all our new content.